Nintendo is suing the United States government over the tariffs that were imposed last year during the Nintendo Switch 2's launch cycle, and I never thought I would start a video saying those words. Oh my god. But anyways, yeah, Nintendo has launched a lawsuit over those tariffs, and if you don't remember, those tariffs actually caused the Switch 2's pre-order date to be extended, and that was kind of crazy. I remember the Direct happened on April 2nd, and the pre-orders were set to go live on April 9th in the US and Canada. But again, those tariffs came into effect literally, I believe they were announced the same day as the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct, which, great timing, by the way. But yeah, those tariffs were imposed, and because of the uncertain condition of what the market was going to look like, Nintendo decided to postpone any sort of tariffs or any sort of pre-orders in both the US and Canada, and I believe it actually extended across the world. But those tariffs did not just impact the pre-orders, they impacted everything. It came down to even the manufacturing in, I believe Nintendo has factories in Vietnam, I think China as well, over in Asia and whatnot. And those tariffs directly impacted those that were set in those countries. And if you aren't following politics or the news or whatever, completely understand. I'm not asking you to do that. But to put it simply, the United States Supreme Court recently ruled that those tariffs were illegal. And that is the precedent that this lawsuit is based on, is that Nintendo is asking for a refund of sorts because of those tariffs being ruled as illegal. Now, I have no knowledge in if this lawsuit is actually going to work, if Nintendo's going to win. I don't even have really an opinion on it per se, because Nintendo is, I mean, we've got our own friggin' issues with them and whatnot. But yeah, Nintendo is suing the United States government because of those tariffs, and it is kind of surprising. Now, I don't really know what or how much Nintendo has lost. I read through the complaint here, which you can view in the description if you'd like to take a look at that. Look at it. It is full of legal jargon that even I don't really understand, to be completely honest with you. But yeah, it is a full lawsuit. It is suing the a whole lot of branches of the U.S. government, the Department of Treasury, the Department of Homeland Security, the frickin' trade representative. Like, there's a whole lot that is going on right now. And it is, again, it's very crazy to even see Nintendo just suing the United States government. Like, I did not have this on my frickin' bingo card, but yeah, so what this could mean if Nintendo were to lose, I don't really think that the US government would go and sue back or anything. And I'm assuming that a lot of other companies, maybe even Sony or Microsoft or a bunch of other gaming companies, might follow suit with this. I'm kind of surprised that the industry didn't just sue directly. I do remember that there was a list of products that were considered tariff-proof and whatnot, and video game consoles were not under that umbrella, unfortunately. So that, I am assuming the Switch 2 did suffer from a lot of, I mean, obviously there was a lot of limbo. Like, during that entire month of April last year, we didn't know what the price was going to be. We didn't know if the Switch 2 was going to be increased in price. We do know that the Switch 2's accessories were increased in price due to the due to these tariffs, and that is definitely something that impacted the Switch 2's negative reputation. Am I saying that the tariffs were the only reason? No, because Mario Kart World did not need to be $80, but regardless, the Switch 2 console itself was able to remain at the price in which it was set after the Switch 2 Direct aired, which is a good thing, and it is still, what, $450 over there, $400 for the normal Switch 2 console with no game attached. So, I guess it's a reputation thing as well, is that I don't see any explicit mention of the Switch 2's reputation in here, though I could be wrong. There's a lot of words here. But undoubtedly, the tariffs did cause a big issue with the Switch 2's reputation. Because, again, if you don't know what the price is, how are you going to put money down on something, especially considering that the price could go up at any moment. You never know what's going to happen with what's going on. I mean, with the state of the world right now, not to get too far into it, but with the state of the world, there's a lot of parts that are unpredictable. And when you're launching a product, you're gonna want to be as secure and safe as possible when it comes to pricing, when it comes to advertising, when it comes to the price of the accessories, especially with something that requires accessories, like if you want to buy extra controllers, if you want to buy docks, if you want to buy whatever else, you're gonna want to know that you're not going to need to raise the price for it. And Nintendo had a lot of issues, as well did a lot of other companies. But yeah, the one that we focus on this channel is Nintendo, and they are suing. And yeah, I felt like I'd bring you guys that news. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please try not to get super political in the comments below. But yeah, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out, everybody.